What if the most expensive, most advanced fighter jet on the planet, a machine that cost over $100 million, built specifically so nobody could ever see it coming, what if it got hit? Not by Russia, not by China, by Iran. That's exactly what multiple reports are now claiming, and the US government, they're not denying it. Today, we're breaking down exactly what happened, how it may have happened, and what this means for the future of air warfare. Because if this is confirmed, it changes everything. Stay with me. This one is massive.
Let's start with the facts on the table, because there's a lot of noise out there, and we need to separate signal from spin. Multiple credible reports have confirmed that a US F-35 fighter jet made an emergency landing at an American airbase somewhere in the Middle East. That much is not disputed. Tim Hawkins, the spokesperson for US Central Command, CENTCOM, confirmed that the aircraft was, quote, flying a combat mission over Iran when it was forced to make that emergency landing. He said the pilot landed safely and the incident is currently under investigation. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The US has not officially confirmed that the aircraft was actually hit. They're keeping that door open. But Iran is not staying quiet. Iran's state media, the Islamic Republic News Agency, released footage on social media that they claim shows an Iranian air defense system targeting an F-35 mid-flight. And the video is striking. You can see what appears to be an aircraft locked inside the field of view of an infrared targeting sensor. Is the footage verified? Not fully, but it's out there, it's spreading, and it lines up disturbingly well with what the analysts are saying. So let's talk about how this could have happened, because honestly, that's the part that should have every military analyst losing sleep right now.
The F-35 Joint Strike Fighter is the crown jewel of American air power. It's built around one core principle: stealth. The entire airframe is shaped and coded to scatter radar signals, making it nearly invisible to conventional ground-based radar systems. And that works. Against radar, the F-35 is genuinely exceptional. But here's the thing that defense engineers have known for years, and what Iran may have just proven in the most dramatic way possible. Radar is not the only way to find a plane. There's another method: infrared detection, and the F-35 has a problem with it. Every jet engine produces massive amounts of heat. We're talking temperatures that can exceed 1,500 degrees Celsius inside the exhaust. You can shape a plane to beat radar. You cannot make a jet engine cold. Infrared search and track systems, called IRST systems, don't emit any radar signal. They're completely passive. They just listen for heat. And a flying F-35 is putting out a constant heat signature from its engine that, under the right conditions, can be detected kilometers away. This is the F-35's Achilles heel. The plane was built to be radar invisible. Its infrared signature? That's a much harder problem to solve.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, infrared detection exists, but Iran isn't exactly known for cutting-edge military tech. How does a country under decades of international sanctions put together a system capable of hitting the most advanced stealth jet ever built? The answer, according to Chinese military analyst Wang Yinan, who spoke to the Global Times, is elegant in its simplicity. Iran likely couldn't rely on large fixed radar installations. Why? Because those are enormous targets. Under sustained US airstrikes, big radar dishes get destroyed fast. They're sitting ducks. So instead, analysts believe Iran deployed a dispersed, mobile network of infrared search systems, small, hard to find, constantly moving, spread out across low to medium altitudes to create overlapping zones of coverage. Think of it like this. Instead of one big searchlight that everyone can see and shoot, Iran may have set up dozens of small flashlights, all pointing up, all networked together, all ready to hand off targeting data to a weapon system. And the weapon system itself? It doesn't have to be fancy. Short-range infrared-guided missiles, man-portable systems, or vehicle-mounted launchers can be paired with these detection networks. The tactic is simple: detect, fire, and relocate before anyone can shoot back. This is a detect, fire, and relocate doctrine, and it's specifically designed to operate in environments where the enemy has total air superiority. So let's reconstruct what may have actually happened in those critical minutes. The F-35 was flying a combat mission over Iran. If U.S. forces believed they had complete air dominance, which against Iran's radar capabilities they largely do, the pilot may have flown at a lower altitude to improve strike accuracy. That's standard operating procedure when you believe you own the sky. But flying lower is exactly what puts a stealth aircraft inside the engagement envelope of short-range infrared systems. And based on the footage that Iran released, analysts believe the engagement may have occurred at a range of just several kilometers, possibly up to a dozen. At that distance, once an infrared-guided missile locks onto an engine heat signature, your evasion options drop dramatically. You can deploy flares, you can maneuver, but if multiple missiles are fired in rapid succession, saturating the aircraft's defensive systems, the odds of at least one connecting go up significantly. The pilot got the aircraft down safely. That's the good news. The aircraft itself, that's a $100 million question the Pentagon isn't ready to answer publicly yet. This moment is already drawing comparisons to 1999, when Yugoslav forces shot down a US F-117 Nighthawk, the original stealth jet, using Soviet-era radar by exploiting its infrared and acoustic signature. History, it seems, has a way of rhyming. Here's the strategic takeaway, and pay attention because this is the part that matters beyond this one incident. Iran also separately claimed to have intercepted 2 AGM-158 cruise missiles near Tehran. The AGM-158 is a US-made long-range stealth cruise missile, again designed to evade radar. If that claim holds up, you're looking at a pattern, not a fluke. Now, does this mean Iran suddenly has air superiority? Absolutely not. Wang Yanan himself was clear. These short-range infrared systems don't fundamentally shift the balance of air power. Their coverage area is limited. They can't protect entire cities or regions. But what they can do is raise the cost, raise the risk, make stealth aircraft pilots think twice before dropping to lower altitudes, force planners to adjust flight paths, timing, and operational zones. In military strategy, that's called denial. You don't have to defeat the enemy outright. You just have to make their operations more expensive and more dangerous. And that Iran may have just pulled off. The era of set-it-and-forget-it stealth dominance may be entering a new phase, one where passive, networked infrared detection creates pockets of contested airspace, even for the most advanced aircraft on Earth. This story is still developing. The Pentagon is investigating, Iran is claiming victory, and the world is watching to see how the US responds, both militarily and diplomatically. One thing is certain. The age of unchallenged stealth dominance is being tested in real time, and the results of that test are going to shape defense doctrines for the next decade. If you want to stay ahead of stories like this, the ones that actually matter, the ones that change how wars are fought, hit subscribe. Drop a comment below. Do you think the US will publicly confirm the hit? Let me know. And share this video, because this is the kind of story the mainstream media is already burying. I'll see you in the next one.